arts are everywhere in our society. The songs we belt out at an imaginary crowd in the shower, the marathons of television shows we watch on Saturday nights, and even the books we get assigned to read for English class, they are all forms of art. They may not seem as important as any other part of our lives, but they are equally as important and play a significant role in finding one's true self. However, as students, our education system disregards the arts and places more significance on academics. Instead of doing this, education should value the arts equally as much as it values academic success to ensure the success of students. We as humans own a brain to process thought and to control the body. As you might already know, there are two sides to your brain, the left side and the right side. The left side of the brain is known to be logical, analyzing, linear, and realistic. The right side is known to be creative, passionate, vivid, and emotional. Everyone has both sides, like yin has yang, but there is usually a more dominant side. Don't know if you're left brain dominant, right brain dominant, or neutral? Here's a short quiz to find out. Is it easier for you to remember faces rather than names? Do you disregard instructions and try assembling an object first? Is your desk usually messy than clean? Are you a risk taker? If you picked A for most, you are left brain dominant. If you picked B for most, you are right brain dominant. If you got half and half, then you're about neutral. I personally am right brain dominant. I chose to make this visual video rather than presenting orally in front of the class. If you're thinking, hey, I'm not like Beethoven or Picasso, why did my quiz result turn out as right brain dominant? Being right brain dominant doesn't necessarily mean you're a musician or an artist. That isn't the sole meaning of what being creative or artistic means. Being creative can mean a different way of thinking or a way of viewing the world in another perspective. For every activity that you partake in, it uses a specific side of your brain. The left side of the brain specializes in seeing details of a picture and moves step by step. Subjects that are more prone to analysis, logical thinking, and accuracy fit into this category. The right side of the brain specializes in seeing the whole picture and moves rather spontaneously. Subjects that are focused on aesthetics, creativity, and feeling fit into this category. Although both sides of the brain are equally important, our education system places more value on the left side of the brains and train it excessively. But what about the right side? Courses like math and science are mandatory until the 11th grade, yet fine arts are only mandatory until the end of middle school. As we are told by our guidance counselors and careers teachers, the courses that you take in high school directly affect the courses you take in post-secondary, which then leads into the career hierarchy. At the top of the hierarchy, there are doctors, nurses, and lawyers. They are financially capable jobs that are wanted by many. At the bottom are artists, musicians, and poets, simply because they do not produce as much profit as the top of the hierarchy does. Education places more of an importance on textbooks, grades, and exams, and failing or not doing well is thought to be caused by a lack of intelligence and a sign of weakness. This is false. Information is forced onto students without teaching them how to practically make use of it. Have you ever sat in a class thinking, when will I ever use this in my life? For the most part, you won't. But the education system pushes students into getting good grades so they can have a good job and a good life. That simply isn't true. We all know that when students learn about a topic that they aren't naturally interested in, it goes in one ear and comes out the other once exams are done. This is why there should be more emphasis placed on the arts. Research shows that a well-rounded education helps students gain academic achievement, social and emotional development, and a sense of community. For example, music is correlated to fractions in math. Music students had higher test scores in math than non-music students because time signatures and rhythms help them learn how fractions work in a musical way. Also, learning how to play an instrument isn't easy, but if a student takes their time, they realize the importance of effort, patience, and hard work, which then allows them to become both a better person and musician. The arts may seem like nothing at first, but in actuality, they play a huge part in shaping who we are. It gives a chance for our rusty right side of our brains to become more active, which balances out our constantly working left side. So why not make the arts a fundamental part of our education? A well-rounded education sounds good to me.